everyone, Real Comic Stacks. I am on the road, so lighting may not be as good, but we'll knock it out. I've been saying I was going to do Sleepwalker 4, and I actually brought it with me so I'd get it done. I've got Age of Republic Darth Maul I'm going to do this weekend, as well as Wolverine The Long Night. And I'm going to do something which I'm going to call catching up on comics. I have 12 issues of Avengers, and I'm going to try to strip them down to real quick snippets, put them in group them together, and knock those out as a catch up on. I'm going to call it catch up on comics, and you can imagine what's going to be on the thumbnail, right? So, Sleepwalker 4. This is wrapping up our Infinity War Sleepwalker, which I've bragged on. I've said it's really good, and number 4 doesn't disappoint. It sets up some really nice things, which stay tuned for the end of this, because it lets us know where we're going with Sleepwalker and some other key characters that we've come across in both Infinity Countdown and Infinity Wars. So, getting off into Sleepwalker, he just arrived finally into Soul World. Fing Fang Foom / Man Thing, I think Man Thing Fam Foom or whatever it was. He has delivered him to the Soul World, and upon arrival, I mean they aren't there for but a few seconds, and right away, Fing Fang Foom Man Thing takes a shot to the back, and he is down. And it's like, what is happening in Soul World? And we find out very quickly that it is the Agents of S.L.E.E.P, which is this is like the worst acronym. It's like, this was just dialing it in. I mean, just phoning it in. Security Level Extreme Elimination Protocol. That's not even that good. That's like, well, they said earlier that they were the Agents of S.L.E.E.P, so they're the Agents of Security Level Extreme Elimination Protocol. That didn't sound good. I mean, the P should at least be programmed. So, I don't know. You give me 15 minutes, and I bet I could come up with a better acronym than that. Actually, give me 5 minutes. Actually, I'll think about it in the back of my head and try to do it by the end of the video. So, anyways, Sleepwalker immediately starts working his way through the problem here. He's using his vision, that transformation vision. He's using that on the vehicles. He's getting them out of the way. He's beating his way through these people when he hears Rick Fury say that his name is Rick. And because there's that's not that common of a name, right? I mean, that's the only identifying factor we've had, is that this guy's name is also Rick. He was actually, Nick Fury was combined with Rick Jones, who happened to work in the same office. No, it's Rick Sheridan. It has to be, right? Because his first name's Rick. Well, he takes out his flying hover board or whatever, and before he was on a way, he couldn't prevent himself from doing that. He takes it out, but real quickly he flies down. He's not when I'm so close. He's trying so hard to rescue his friend Rick Sheridan, and he dives down, and he manages to save him. He throws himself underneath him, and Rick Sheridan is trying to figure out, like, I should be dead. What is going on here? And Sleepwalker's trying to explain that, look, in the Soul World, you're not confined to the constraints of the world you're used to. Well, right at this time, the other Sleepwalkers arrive, and they are immediately trying to, for lack of a better term, arrest Sleepwalker, because they're blaming the plague of terror, all the craziness that's been caused when Requiem folded the universe in half. All the weird dreams and mental conflicts that it's caused all these crazy nightmares. and they're blaming that on the Sleepwalker. And he's like, wait a minute, wait. And and when I say they're trying to blame it on him, they're saying, well, no, you going out on your journey, all this craziness you've been doing, that has led to this. You have caused this by going through and and trying to fix this. And he's like, oh, hold up a minute. And he goes off. He's like, I'm the one who warned you that all these dreams, these beings smashing together, it would create an imbalance. And it was your cowardice to act that caused this problem. It was you. It was your fault. And he lets him have it. And then when he turns around, Rick Fury, sorry. Rick Jones was the guy I made up. Rick Fury is telling him, hey guys, I don't know what you guys are arguing about, but we got bigger problems. And behind him you have this whirlwind of just insanity with, Hulk with the crazy head, and Captain America / Serpent Society, and Doctor Doom up here like a flying monkey. There's some crazy good details in there. And it's of course coming right at him. Well, somebody actually, old girl sounds to retreat, and Sleepwalker's like, no, we stand here because if the Mindscape falls, we'll lose everything into madness. We have to stand against them, and they go into it, and it's pretty awesome. Let me skip I can't. Let's skip that page. They're going off, and basically they're overwhelmed. They're completely overwhelmed, and somebody says the Mindscape is lost, and at that point, Sleepwalker just says no, it's not, and he goes off saying we have confined ourselves to the realm of the mind, only venturing out when we can no longer ignore the suffering within the waking world. And now that I've journeyed through the stones, I understand the truth of our kind is that we are connected to a realm of infinite possibilities. And he's talking about that since they are creatures of the mind, they are capable of so much more than a lot of the other. They're not limited by space, by time, by anything. They're free from all those other constraints, and even reality. And he actually, their Sleepwalkers are sworn not to use their warp gaze on living beings. That's a big no-no for them. But he does it on Rick Fury to rip them in half, to pull Nick Fury and Rick Sheridan apart, and doing that saves him, because they were targeting him because these creatures from the Mindscape, they feed on that mental energy. So since he had two souls and two minds, he was targeted. So Sleepwalker did that and said, come at me, bro, and they did, and they managed to basically fight them all off. It's the nightmares end up destroyed. It's pretty cool. And then right at the last minute, when they could have been overwhelmed, we find out that Requiem, that the whole thing with the stones in Requiem has been resolved, and we go into one of those Bauer Sims dialogue diatribes. He goes dialogue crazy again, but he just basically, and the big takeaway is they come out as saying that we are not limited, we are infinite. We can show the universe how to dream again, and all his people said amen. And they back him. Reva, she's one of the main people that was out to get him. She agrees. It doesn't really matter. Here's the cool part. So Rick Sheridan has been working on at the very beginning, he was working on a documentary of some of the lower or lesser known heroes And this is cool because I think this is kind of hinting at what we're going to see. You got Wolverine there, which I don't know if Wolverine will be in it or not. You got Darkhawk, you got Death's Head, you got Silhouette, you got Daredevil. Looks like a young Nick Fury under there. Right over here, it looks like that could possibly be Spider-Man, but whatever it is, it's Nick Fury gets up. He's saying he had a weird dream, and he needs a secure line. And he says, "I got two words. Okay, first word Sleepwalker, next two Secret Defenders." So I'm hoping that we are talking these guys: Darkhawk, Death's Head, Wolverine, Silhouette, Daredevil, and of course Sleepwalker as the new Secret Defenders. And I'd love to see that line come out, that series. If that comes out with a War of the Realms, or if it comes out later, either way, I think it'll be good. Darkhawk. I actually went and picked up Darkhawk 51, which was the issue before Infinity Countdown, kind of where they restarted the series. And I haven't got to read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it because I've really enjoyed it since it's come back. But guys, that's it for Sleepwalker Infinity Wars, and this is going to be I think this is my last Infinity Wars book. So tell me what you thought of the Infinity Wars. I'll be honest, I should probably save it for another video because I have some thoughts on Infinity War. I think it was overall I enjoyed parts of it. Mostly Loki, but and the battle with Gamora was good, but everything else was really boring. I thought Gamora's idea of what she was going to do with the stones was really weird. I hated the Infinity Warps, other than Ghost Panther and Sorcerer Supreme to a lesser degree, but I don't know. I really wasn't fired up about Infinity Wars. This though, I enjoyed Sleepwalker, just like I liked Darkhawk and Infinity Countdown. The bolt-on series that went with it ended up being my favorite part, I think. Other than I don't know. That's all I got, guys. It's late here. Oh man, sorry. Mentioned I was going to go through Avengers and do the catch-up series. Actually, I'm behind on my reading on these. I gotta get caught up, but it's a pretty good. There's some pretty good ones in here, so I'll read through these. Try to break them up, maybe in less than 5-minute videos, and cover 2 or 3 issues in each. So got that to look forward to. And if you have not checked out the Wolverine, the Long Night podcast, Google that, look it up. The 30-minute episodes on a podcast. I started it today. It does have some adult language in it. It does have some, it's basically like what I'd call a PG-13 audible book. But it's good. I recommend it. So far, listened to about an hour and a half on it while I was driving today, and it's pretty good. So, guys, that's all I got. I appreciate it. Real Comic Stacks, out.